everyone. Welcome to Real Advice. Today, we're reviewing the romance drama supernatural film, Hindi Tayo Pwede. The film stars Lovi Poe, Tony Labrusca, and Marco Gumabao in a supernatural love triangle story. In the film, Gabby, played by Lovi Poe, and Dennis, played by Marco Gumabao, have been best friends for years. Gabby doesn't know that Dennis has had feelings for her for the longest time, but when Gabby accidentally meets the man of her dreams with Gabrielle, played by Tony Labrusca, Dennis has to accept that he will never get Gabby. But one fateful night, Gabby gets into a car accident and dies. Instead of moving on, Gab finds Gabby right in front of her eyes, able to touch him and feel him, but no one else. Their secret relationship lasts for a time, but can Gabby still find a normal life when she puts her real life around a ghost? Now, before we start with our review on Hindi Tayo Pwede, we would really love it if you could hit the subscribe button, or a like, share, or comment would be really awesome. It would be blasphemous to even acknowledge or think that Hindi Tayo Pwede was inspired by the 1990 classic hit film Ghost, because the film was simply that atrocious. It's rare that we find a film that we had a hard time finishing, but Hindi Tayo Pwede falls into that category. It's silly, haphazardly made, and we think even the actors knew it, resulting to uninspired and stifled performances. Where do we even start with this disaster? Hindi Tayo Pwede deeply affected us not because it was a dramatic film, but it's one of the worst films we have experienced in quite a while. For a film that discusses the ins and outs of writing a great movie, the film fell into the very same pitfalls and mistakes it was describing. The thing that really irked us was the lack of any direction in its story or production. The love triangle between Gab, and Dennis was toxic at its core, and the developments between these characters were just rushed or forced. The film simply lacked a moral core, focusing on forced drama than substantial drama. Put in the supernatural aspect, and the story even got a whole lot sillier. We have to admit that the concept had potential to actually have a great hook with its take on moving on and acceptance, but the film simply failed to build and execute on this premise. Another thing that we noticed was the soundtrack. The songs and background music chosen just felt off. Some sounding it should have been put in a comedy film rather than a drama film, and an obvious second rate attempt at copying the song from the 1990 film we promise not to mention again. The film just felt rushed. It had a lot of glaring mistakes and unnecessary bloat, even for a 1.5 hour experience. This felt like it could have worked better being a local telenovela than a film. Overall, the actors in the film might look good, but there's nothing good about Hindi Tayo Pwede. Unfortunately, it was a total waste of time. Our rating for Hindi Tayo Pwede is a half reel out of 5.